KI Radio.
The home of cool music and awesome vibes.
Irina, welcome to the program. How are you?
Hi. I'm so happy to be here. I'm very good, beautiful, excited today. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're most welcome. You are originally from Russia, right?
Yes.
Could you tell us about life like in Russia, if you can remember?
I mean, I remember, but I can tell you about life in Russia from the part where I am from, not the
Go
whole Russia.
ahead. Yes.
Russia is a very huge country, and we have a lot of different ethnic groups. So, for example, in English, it's only like one Russian, like it's one word if you're Russian citizen or if you're Russian ethnic group. But in Russia, we have many different ethnic groups. So I am from Russia. Yes, I'm a Russian citizen, but I have a different ethnic group, and I have my whole family speaks 3 different languages: Udmurt, Russian, and Tatar. And we look different. We have different traditions, culture. Some of the ethnic groups have even different religions. So it's a very diverse, everything is different. So sometimes because I didn't actually grow up much with Russian ethnic group. So sometimes when I meet Russians, it's like we have some certain traditions that we do in my ethnic group, but now the Russians don't do it. And before I didn't know, actually before coming to United States, I thought it was just Russian thing. Only when I came to United States, I realized that the diversity of cultures, traditions, and all these little things that makes such a big difference to to the culture, to the everything, to understand each other, and be on the same kind of vibe. Yes.
Awesome. So you dipped your feet into the professional world starting from age 9. She did, guys, she did a little bit of farming, serving, gardening. Tell us about that life.
Well, so I lost my father when I was 7 years old, and I had this strong belief that now I have to like be strong, and I always wanted to have a business. And it was since I was a child, like I wanted to have my own business, and I always wanted to know, like, to have skills. And of course, as a child, you can go to have a normal job. And I grew up in the countryside, so at my grandmother's village, they have like farms. So I went there to do business, to get to get a job. So that's how like I started with like farming. Like we learned a lot of stuff there too. So that's how I started working very early. And also because my mom became, she lost her husband, so she had to go like study to get, so she can keep up with the job. She does accounting. So yeah, so one of the times I also was like a responsible child. My mom was always talking to me like an adult. So she left one time when she went to study like because we didn't have like courses in the where I am from, like in the countryside. She had to go to the city. So I used to stay like for like a week with my aunt. But at the same time, I was taking I had music school, dance school, like English classes, like handmade stuff, all of that. So I needed money to get food during the day. So my mom, of course, left me enough money, but I spent it. I couldn't manage it. And I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. And I was 9 years old. I don't know where I was getting those thoughts at that age, but I'm like, how couldn't I manage my money? And I was so embarrassed to ask for my aunt. And of course, at that time, it's not like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, you can just send it. So that's how I was like, I came home and I'm like, okay, I need to make money somehow because I need food. I need to attend my classes. So that's how I was like, okay, I have bracelets. I can make bracelets. So I make them. I went to school and I sold them. And that's how like my own journey started of like entrepreneurial little thing.
Yes. Wow. That's really impressive, really impressive. So from age 9 to age 16, you went in the surgery department?
Surgery, I worked. So when I was 15, we moved from the countryside to the city. And
Yes.
in the city, of course, everything is more expensive. Now in the countryside, we had a house and garden, so it's like less expensive. You don't have to pay rent, you don't have to like pay for food because everything is there. But in the city, my mom has to pay rent, like food is, have to buy everything. And also, again, I was completing my uh, music schools. Music school is more expensive, and I had my exam, so you have to get tutors for school, for music school.
Yes.
And like it's a lot of expenses. So my mom, she did everything. She never told me you cannot do it, cannot afford it. She never said anything like that. I don't know how she did it. She's my hero. She gave me everything. So when I was 16, when I accomplished everything, all my exams, I was like, okay, I want to help my mom and I want to like to work in the summer. But again, because it's not like it was kind of like more money there, I guess. And I was also curious about, I also wanted to study psychology and things like that. So I wanted to try medical field. So that's how I end up in surgery department, which they didn't probably know my age.
Yeah. Wow. I see you did 7 year of orchestrated work, at a music school or so.
Yeah. So when I was when I
You
went
are
to,
multi-talented. Wow.
I am, thank you. It's like since I was a child, I had a lot of interest, and my mother, she never said, no, you're gonna have this or you're gonna have that. If I said I wanted to try something, she was like, okay, try it. If I didn't like it, I stopped it and I moved on to something else. So my mom, she always supported me being active, like doing something. And she always ordered me like books and things like to read, to try different things. So
Yes.
my mom always supported me in that, and I had a lot of interest. So that's how I tried everything, and that's how like I have experience almost in every industry. Almost like if I tried.
I see education, politics, finance, marketing. Go
Yeah.
girl. Woo! Education. Wow.
It's because of course it's not like 10 years like a full experience, but I worked for several months, some of them several months I worked at, some of them like years, like on and off. But I have an idea, so that's why when I work with coaching or like when I work with jewelry and try to help people with their mindset, when they're coming from different industries, I know what they're talking about. I don't need to know like the details
Mhm.
of everything, like how you do that, but I know the environment they're coming from, and I know
Mhm.
what they need, like what I can do for them, knowing their
Mhm.
environment. So that helps me a lot to help people, like to be there and understand where they're
Yes.
coming from and what they're coming with.
Wow. Steve, any questions for Irina?
Um, when you're in business, there's always this word that is used, niche market. What is so unique about your bracelets that is so distinguishing from others let me start from the beginning then. When you were home in Russia, what made your bracelets unique from many others? Or weren't there too many entrepreneurs back when you were younger? How did that work out?
Okay, so I thought we're gonna start about niching. I don't like I cannot stand that, the niching and all of that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no, no. But I'm glad you went that way,
Oh,
niching.
oh, oh,
That part I love.
all
Thank
right.
thank you. So so when I was in Russia, I did the jewelry part. I did it as a hobby. So it wasn't my like business. I
Okay.
did I did mostly I was coaching, I was doing like politics and other things like marketing. I even worked in multi-level marketing. So
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
so
Oh,
I know,
Talented.
yeah, so it's like I know the grind of multi-level marketing. So
okay.
when I was in Russia, it wasn't my business, but because and the style was actually very different because it was my hobby. I didn't had to like produce a lot, and I mostly did for myself a lot. And if someone liked it, then I sold it. But I
Oh,
did like I was because my mom she
mhm.
sews clothes as well, and I used to design all my clothes, and my mom used to make all of them. So I had
Wow.
Yeah, so I had access to all the materials, like all the, if I needed something, my mom could sew, or like I also know how to sew. So it's it was a little different. It was actually a very different design. So everybody who looked at it was like, oh wow, and it always matched perfectly with my outfits because I have the material, the same material for the clothes and same materials for the like accessories.
Okay, I'm picking up something from you. Does jewelry making relax you?
Oh, yes, this is my
Okay, good.
the one thing that it's stuck with me since I was a child. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anything that I don't like or stresses me out. I cannot do that. My mom
Okay.
never forced me to do anything like that. Of course, like I had to clean, in Russia and like where I'm from, you have to learn how to clean and I do all of this. I
Mm.
hate that.
The
But
chores.
yeah, chores.
Mhm.
But as an adult, I appreciate that because you still have to know how to do things. So that, now I can work it out. But
Oh.
professionally, things that I have, like I want to do, and then, like business wise, I
Mhm.
cannot do things that I am not enjoying. Even today,
Mhm.
actually, I was thinking, I have I'm still like working on and growing my businesses. Like I'm not a multimillionaire yet.
Mhm.
And then
Yes, you're a small business. Yeah.
yes, I'm a small business and I'm getting offers from people like, oh, I have, come work for me. I'll pay you this and this and that. And in my head today, I'm like, I already turned down so many offers and I'm thinking like, how am I like so I don't think it's stupid, but a lot of people work for money. A lot of people do things just for money that things in the industries, the jobs, the businesses that brings
Yeah.
them a lot of money. For me, it's like you find first what you love to do and
Mhm.
find a way how to monetize that.
True.
Even if like and I sometimes like maybe it's stupid, but I at least I'm not lying to myself. I'm
Mhm.
happy of what I'm doing. So that's why, like, even going back to the question, your first also question, like what separates my jewelry from,
Mhm.
and I
Other
started.
people. Yes.
Yes, in United States, I when I came here, I was like, okay, now like I had a desire to dive into more jewelry, but also life psychology. And again, there are two things that I love, and I cannot separate to make like two completely different businesses. So I
Mhm.
came up. I studied a lot of psychology. I studied like too much sometimes, I think. So now I don't even know what's basic, what's not basic. Sometimes, in my head it's all basic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I came up with like combine many different methods and like ways, I think, to do something that communicates with me, and then and then when I communicate it to people, it speaks to people as well. So that's what separates me when that I'm not just a fashion designer. It's not just for like beautiful. Actually,
Mhm.
everything that I wear, it's for something. Like it
Yes, it
doesn't
stands
matter.
for something.
It's for something. I think it's beautiful. It looks
Aw.
beautiful. But also, um, like because this is on throat chakra and this is also feminine side. So
Mhm.
I'm kind of in the middle of psychology,
Mhm.
fashion, and spirituality. I use only natural stones, but I don't work like I'm not like a spiritual. Okay, use this, wear this stone. Now you're gonna get everything you want, or like the money is gonna flow on you.
Mhm.
Like I
No,
don't work
yes.
like that. Like
Right.
I believe in a system that you have to work with your mindset, and then
Yes.
you do the steps. Like that's where my coaching part also comes. Like yes, your mindset have to be there as well. So what jewelry does is when for example, right now I'm speaking, right? Like we live, we
Mm-hmm.
talking. It's already so many people in front of me right now without even knowing how many is listening, right? I could be
Well,
for
a
someone.
lot of people are listening to you.
Exactly. And some people could be nervous right now, like, oh my God, someone is listening to me, like, and you cannot just do like, start breathing and like, okay, like to calm themselves down. What jewelry, the way I make it and the way I explain it, you can use this in different ways. Like you can hold this, and when you hold it, it gives you like a external core, like a power. So you hold on to something. You are not alone, like a small little person flying around somewhere. It gives you like the strength. Or if you're like very nervous, you can also like do beat by beat, or even like um if you don't know what to say, it's like helps your mind to flow when
Yeah,
you talk.
find a way to calm down.
Yeah, like this, you can do this kind of movements, and because it's grounding, it works with the nerves on the tips of the fingers. There are a lot of ways that I show and I help people to work. So that's why it's not just the jewelry, it's
Mhm.
like
The
instant
techniques.
tool. Yeah, it's an instant tool to get you to a certain point where you want to be.
All
So I think
right.
this is
Hold a minute. All right. So explain this to me then, because I'm trying to broaden my thinking. With
okay.
with with every purchase of a particular piece of your jewelry, without and excuse how me use my words, because this is how I get it across. All right. Without, because the person might be saying, well, oh, she behave like a magic woman, and at the same time, she's giving me
Oh,
a
shut
piece
up,
of
man.
jewelry. No, hold on, no, hold on now. How do you get that message across in saying, I'm not a magic woman? I'm actually using psychology and mixing it with my jewelry. How do you get that across?
I say it, I use my mouth. Even in my TikTok
Ah,
video,
I can feel it right now. I can feel
I
her
say
words right now.
I am
okay,
not, I say it right away. It's
okay,
not a magic pill. It's
okay, good.
even I said it, yeah. I don't sell you bracelets like, oh, that's it.
Mm.
Now you'll be fine.
So you're
No,
straightforward with them,
I
right?
am very straight. I don't like
Forward with
lies.
them. Okay.
That's why. I think if I wasn't too honest, I would be, bigger company.
Right, right.
Mhm.
There's a lot of companies who
Mm.
sell things like that. They say like, okay, this is have this stone, put it on. Now
Yeah,
you get it.
right, right. Okay,
Wow.
got it.
So, so let me ask you, what are the materials involved in the jewelry making?
So I use beads, and they are all made with natural stones. I don't use plastic. I and it's not even only just for energy. I like natural things. And when I was actually a child, I was collecting stones. I don't know where it's like just the river stones or whatever. I don't know. I was picking it up and I had my full like room full of stones. My mom used to yell at me for that. Like, what the hell? Like, what do you need it for? But then I started making jewelry, and I just like natural things. And also, it's gold filled, gold plated, sterling silver. Depends, of the colors people want, and price ranges also differs. But it also, it's all natural things. And actually, recently, because I wear all my jewelry, for so many years, and I only wear my jewelry. Recently, I tried some like jewelry, like earrings, necklaces, and bracelets just made from regular metal. And I'm like, I felt like it's so empty. There is
Mhm.
nothing to like nothing. And I think I'm so used to feeling. I feel people. I feel like all of that. I think I developed that as well for myself. And from metal and plastic, you can't. It's like there is no additional source for you to take the energy or to like to
Excuse me.
feed your
Mhm.
body, feed your soul from some. It just empty. It's like you like unplugged from anything.
Wow, I'm liking this because previously our guest focused on energy healing, and when it comes to relationships and drama and abuse, and now we're looking at making jewelry as a form of, you know, a state of mind or relaxer. So tell us, how do you conduct your workshops on Zoom, in person? What method you use to teach your clients?
So workshops. This is my favorite probably form of working with people. So I do online, I do in Zoom, and also I do in person. Depends where I am because I live in two states
Mhm.
right now, in New York and Florida. So I try to do now more online so I can get so everybody who I know in different states, in not only like New York and Florida, I have also clients from different states, different countries, sometimes so they can all, join. So it's not because in person it's so limited. It's like
Right.
you can't, no, not everybody is gonna travel just for one workshop to from, across the country,
Right.
across the world. So I try to do it more online, even though I didn't like it online before.
Mm-hmm.
Now I started doing it more, and I'm like, okay, actually, it's nice because everybody can join from different places, and it's very fun and interesting to see people with different mindsets because different areas bring different mindsets. And the methods that I use are, I have s- so the number one thing, of course, it's I only work with the deep roots of the problems. So, for example,
Yes.
I did stress prevention, stress relief workshop recently, and for a lot of people, stress, because everybody who came to the workshop, they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't expect that," and I was like, yes, because for a lot of people, stress prevention and stress relief, it's only for eat well, exercise, sleep,
Mm-hmm.
breathe, meditate, and that's it. It's not only that. There is a lot of limiting beliefs, fears that, like behaviors, mindsets involved so you can work with that and prevent stress from happening. Because also one girl, she came, she was like, actually, what is the how can you have a balance between, like what's normal stress, what's not normal, and like how, how much of stress is normal. And I'm like, why do you even have it in mind, like that you have to have a stress? You don't have to have a stress. Of course, we live in the world, we're not in the perfect world, everybody's gonna have stress.
Yes.
It's just certain things you can avoid, you can prevent from happening. So of course you're gonna have less stress for
Mm-hmm.
only with the things that you cannot control, and that's okay. But because your mind is not busy with the things that you can control, you can
Yes.
you can be this very decisive. You can find ways easily and faster to solve the problems that you have that's stressing you right now. So that was the big thing. And also I use so also I I found two different ways. It's also a combination of the things that I like to do. It's meditation through crafting, because of course I like to make jewelry, and as
That
I
was my next question.
yeah. Oh, okay. Can I say now then? I
Go
don't.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so it's one of them is meditation through crafting. It's where we meditate, and when I teach how to, do some certain jewelry with intentions. So, for example, when I make jewelry and I sell it, I also, when I set intentions for each piece. That's why when you buy it and we touch it, you wear it, you will feel it. And then when you make it with intentions, of course it's going to be stronger because it comes from you. So,
Mm-hmm.
and plus we meditate, manifest, and this is one thing. Another way, it's meditation through dancing. I love dancing. I'm not like a super professional dancer, but I went to dancing school, and of course, I don't teach how to dance. I don't teach how to like make jewelry. Like like a basic thing. So of course I show, but dancing is also helps us to feel our body, to be in our body, to start feeling, because a lot of people, because they were told like don't do this, you don't want that, like they are told
Mm-hmm.
what to do, they are not in touch with their bodies, and they don't
Yes.
do anything. But in order for you to be intuitive, manifesting, you have to go with your body, you have to know your feelings, you have to feel it, because a lot of people suppress feelings and emotions. And that's how, like dancing, it's a very fun way, but it's also like feeling, it's, and nobody has to dance, again, you can just do
Right.
it. It's just the
I see.
movement, it's in the moment.
Guys, it's 4:29 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're gonna have a sports track a little bit late. We do apologize. But let me ask you, Irina, are these workshops aimed for men as well? Can men join to make jewelry, as a form of stress relief or meditation?
Yes, I had men also at my workshop.
Okay, Steve, there you go. You can go join the class and make a piece of jewelry for me. Thank you.
Go ahead. Yes, yes. Continue.
Continue, Irina.
Yeah, so I was surprised actually, but it was fun even for men. Men liked that. I was like, oh wow, because it's not just making. It's a whole process. It's a whole experience working with your mind, and you're like, oh my God. Especially I think for because women we still more in touch with the things like we cook,
Yes.
we do things with our hands, like makeup. It's also hands. Men do less things with their hands, and I think when you do something
Yes.
completely different,
Yes.
you
I
stretch your
agree. Thank you.
mind.
Mm.
You
Mm.
stretch your mind and like, oh my God. And it's not the thing that it doesn't matter what you do. If it's something different, it's already gives you different perspective on certain things because your different parts of your brain starts working and you start seeing different things. However, some workshops I do only for women and some workshops, men and women because
Right.
I don't know, maybe I don't if I even I may say
Well, because
that.
remember that there are men out there who are stressed. They don't have anyone to talk to, so they may find that, oh, this works. I mean, for me, just do remaking, just try to relax my mind from what's going on around me. You know, tell us about the collection you have on display on your website.
Oh, say it again. I'm sorry, I lost it.
Tell us about the collection you have on display on your website.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have different collections and they are more like I have, of course, I have a lot for women and I have for men as well, but also men is like unisex also. Some,
Right.
but even women stuff, like I have men wearing pearl necklaces or pearl bracelets. And it looks, depends how you style it. It's so interesting how it could be so different on the women, on like very feminine
Mm-hmm.
and very masculine men. Same thing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, this is actually looks cool on a man and woman. So yes, I have that, and I have I think sections like money, like money, confidence, like love, stress relief, and things like that. So people, if of course you can go just for fashion purposes and you see what you like, but if you
Mm-hmm.
specifically looking for like something that you want in your life right now, you can just type that, and a lot of you know um I have that as well, so it's easier to navigate and find what you're looking for.
Any
So,
questions for our
oh,
guest, Irina?
hold on. I'm gonna give myself some trouble. Hold on. um, for a single man like myself, do
Hmm.
you have a particular bead, if or a particular bracelet, I should say? Sorry, if I'm looking for a girlfriend.
Well,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
this I have so this topic is a little bit my like it could go different ways.
Okay.
So, for example, for women, there is rose quartz that in amethyst that you and it has to be certain amount of beads too, for women to attract partner and self love and things like that. For men, some people say that you can also wear rose quartz to attract love for men. Which, but my opinion, because I am not, I told you, I am in the middle of psychology and spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Where the way I'm like I'm sorry who I'm not trying to offend anybody. I don't know if
Yeah.
I
Right.
may say
Right.
things like I don't even know. I'm lost in this world right now, honestly. But there is
Yes.
a
Right.
feminine side and there is a masculine side. For men, if I mean, of course, if you're a straight man, I guess, right? You're trying to attract a woman. If that's the case, to me, I'm a traditional person also, and
Right.
I'm looking into like a man who's look like masculine man looking for feminine women for relationships. Get yourself like a tiger eye, which is confidence, money, and protection stones, and it helps you to act because it's a like man, it's give and they achieve. Women is like receive and accept. So for
Yes.
men, if you sit down with your rose quartz, I don't know what kind of woman you're gonna get. I mean, like
So
maybe you
in
I don't
other
know.
words, you're gonna have to get yourself up dust yourself off and go out. Go look. That's what you're saying, right?
with confidence.
Okay, good.
With confidence and money. Why am I saying money? Because
Mhm.
for men, it is what it is. It's natural. Men cannot focus on relationships if they are not stable financially. And
Yes, that's true.
it could be
That's
very different number for everybody. If there is no set number, it doesn't matter. If you are 100% confident in your financials, like in your abilities, in your like in you as a man, like that, then you go and find yourself a woman. Like go and get the woman.
woo! I love this. I love this. I love
But
this.
this is again, this is probably not, like neutral. This is,
Right.
and that's how I work, and that's why I'm not for everybody. If someone
Right. Right.
like, if this is resonates with you, it's fine. If not, maybe find someone who could give you like a different answer, maybe for your question, that will help and work for you. You know,
Well,
because
I'm good with the answer so far.
okay, perfect.
I'm good.
Because thanks God, there are so many experts now in this world that
Mhm.
whatever works for you, you can find those people and you work it out your way. And that's the beauty of the diversity. It's the beauty of all these experts, all the professionals that they're there. And it's not, I don't think it's right or wrong. It's just whatever works for you. That's it. And that's what works for me. And that's what I'm talking to. And I think we attract similar. So I attract people who have the same views. And, if not, then and there is not such a thing like to offend or to no, it's like if it works, it works. If it's not, then it's not.
That's true. I agree. Let me ask you though, do you have any jewelry items for women that signifies you have been through it all, but in the end you're now peaceful and happy, where you are?
Well, I can make that. I make a lot of custom
Oh,
jewelry, and that's the beauty of, like, that's the because I make everything myself, and that's why I love it. When I hear stories, sometimes a lot of people say like, oh, they give me the story and they're like, I trust you, you make something. So I
yes.
make it, and usually they're happy because I have the story, plus I feel the person,
Mhm.
something like that comes out. So for you, it could be the same story like you just told me, but for everyone, again, it could mean different things. It could be in
Difference,
different
right?
colors. It could be very different. So that's why it would be something customized, but it would be very beautiful. It's a very beautiful, but
I'm gonna place my
yeah,
order from you. Okay, okay. I'm gonna book a
thank
clarity
you,
search
thank
and
you,
place my
sure.
order. Okay.
So Diva,
Yes.
you're going to ask for a boyfriend bracelet too, or you're good outside of
No,
that?
no, I
Okay.
will not. I'm asking for a bracelet that deals with love, compassion, importance, been through it all, and
Uh,
in the end, I have survived it. That's what I'm gonna be asked. That's what I'm gonna be making my order about.
okay. I'm just asking you the question because there may be a listener who wants to ask the very same question too.
What about businesswomen who are stressed, but when they look at the when they look at the bracelet, they say, okay, encouragement is still in the air. Don't give up. Do you have those, or those are
I have those. So
customizable?
this you can wear. You can use a tag. Depends again. So for example, tiger eye is for confidence, and rose quartz is for confidence.
Ooh,
But there's
tiger
completely
eyes. Ooh.
yeah, there's two completely different energies though. Tiger eye is very masculine energy. Rose quartz is feminine energy. So it depends. Oh, depends on the person. Depends how you do the business. Depends on what stage of the business you're right now. You can pick different ones. And I also do, like, sometimes I mix different beads, so it balances and
Mm-hmm.
different energies in the bracelets. However, I don't combine tiger eye and rose quartz. So for example, a woman, which again, I do not encourage women to work too hard. In my next workshop, actually on Sunday, on hard working and working how to like work smart and not hard, because and that's why for that one I only invite women, because for men and women it will be very different. For men, the masculinity grows from working hard, and
Mm-hmm.
again, if woman works hard, she becomes very
Mm-hmm.
masculine, and it's not the balance between men and women. It will, it won't be there anymore. And again, if you can switch it up, but sometimes it's hard to switch it up when you're at work and when you come home to your man, it will be different. So like what was I saying? So for example, if she right now if she always works hard, but she wants to be like more, like a little relaxed but still confident, that would, I would say, rose quartz. If she right now in the stage where like, okay, I need more contracts, I this is like a certain point in my business where I need to, push a little bit,
Yes.
then it's tiger eye, but not for a very long period of time. Like sometimes
Yes.
that's
Yes.
why I wear my jewelry, depends on the day. If I have a day where I have to push sell, I use tiger eye. If there is a day where, I can relax and I don't really, it's no pressure, like nothing is really happening like that I have to push myself on something, then
Yes.
I wear pearls and something nice. If I have a meeting and I know that I might be stressful, and it could be something like, like something that can piss me off. So again, it's
Yes.
preventive work. I wear a whole light. It's a white stone. It's calming and stress relief. So what I do, I
Oh,
use,
I need that.
yeah. So again, it's like it's preventive. Like to me, that's what I did.
Yes.
You already plan. You know what to expect, and you prepare yourself for things like that.
So let me ask you, Irina, because things like those, I like to wear them and don't take them off. So the durability is that if I go in the shower, the beads fall off, it gets destroyed. Tell me about that.
So no, nothing is gonna be destroyed. You can wear it. The only thing is
Thank
like
God.
I do not recommend to wear, because when you wash, you can pull. It's like I don't like wearing anything, but nothing will happen. It's not, nothing is gonna break that easy. Of course, if you wet too much, maybe like some cords can break eventually, but but you can. The only thing, if the bead breaks, that's a problem. It's a little problem. Because for example, rose quartz, I had several girls, it was broken, and it wasn't,
Oh, wow.
yeah. And when it happened for the first time, I went to my suppliers. I'm like, what the hell? What did you sell me? How a stone can break? They're like, no, it cannot break. So I came home, I started throwing it, I started stepping on it, started beating it, nothing broke. I'm like, okay, this is not the quality. So then I started learning. I'm like, so what is it then? So I started Googling it and learning more. What happened is, when you go, especially with rose quartz, because it's not a protection stone, it's very light energy, it's very nice and feminine. What happened is, um, when something negative comes your way, it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
There is no protection. So
Oh,
I asked, and I'm like, okay, this is very, to me, this is kind of magic. It's like from that kind of area where I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. Okay. I'm like, but let me ask this girl, how did this happen? I'm like, what did you do when the bracelet broke, like the bead broke? And she's like, well, I was in the bathroom. I was holding the bracelets and my brother was yelling at me. He was fighting with me. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, oh. And that happened
wow.
several times with girls, even like if even like pearl bracelets sometimes, because I wet them. I move from Florida to New York. I will carry, like, I do so much stuff with my jewelry,
Mm-hmm.
and because I really want to try how durable it is, and nothing breaks. But
Wow.
that's why sometimes when girls tell me, oh, this broke, it's not often, but like once in the blue moon it happens, and I'm like, okay, when did it happen? And it usually when
Oh,
they're fighting with someone, and I'm like, how, like, I don't want to go into magical this kind of stuff, but things happen like that. It's usually, if
yes.
it breaks during the fight or something, like you're very stressed about.
Well, why? Because I like to when I wear them. because I work from home. So if a little situation should occur mentally, when I have on the bracelet or the chain, I can look down and say, oh, Irina made this for me. This reminds me of peace or don't stress, That's why I ask. I'm a hands-on person. I'm always doing something in the house, Yeah, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, so
A question media. This person says, when we come to your workshop, before we come to your workshops, is it that you give us a list of suppliers where we can get the material from? How does that work?
well, usually I do where it depends where they are. And I haven't done
Mm-hmm.
crafting online yet because I'm trying to think, but usually
Oh, okay.
it's usually in person because it's a lot of meditation. But I'm thinking to do it
Yes,
also
yes.
online. I'm thinking to do it online as well. Depends where people are. I think I'll just send out, but again, it's complicated because I give information and
Yes.
so it has to be probably two parts if I do it online because
Yeah.
the way it works is we do I tell about stones, we do
Mm-hmm.
meditation, and then people pick stones that they want, and also by chakras because we have chakras, what chakras they want to work on and things like that. So people pick
Oh,
the beads and everything, yeah. So that's why I think for that reason I have to create something like maybe two parts or like a pre-workshop so people already know what they want so I can just ship it out, and then when we come to the workshop I can we can just make it, or maybe they can make them themselves already. Like online I'll have to work it out, but I think I'll just
yes.
ship it to people, and every time the price usually includes all the materials, everything. With online I think it would be the same method, just a little different format because it's a little, it complicates a little, and I don't want to do mediocre. Like I don't want to just say like,
Awesome.
oh, pick colors without knowing. I don't want to do that.
Yes.
And I
Well,
like to.
girl, I'm a pink. I love my pink. And Laura says, wow, she's a great guest. Thank you, Laura Bennett, for listening in. Oh, I'm a pink girl. I love my pink. So pink and white. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's me. That's like literally me. But I'm gonna be placing some orders. Yes. What about special occasions like birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day? Do you do anything like that? Like,
Oh, of course. Oh my God, I
yes.
have a
Just about
lot.
that.
And I do, of course, people just can go to my website and pick whatever they like for their, for the people they're looking for. But I think it's very nice to have something custom made. And especially for Mother's Day, Father's Days, or birthdays, it's very fun to have custom, um, like
Custom
bracelets,
bracelets, custom
custom
chain
bracelets,
necklace.
necklaces, like mother-daughter, father and daughter,
Oh,
like even couples, for Valentine's Day,
oh,
birthday.
accent.
Yeah, it's like especially like I have even for children I have like little tiny like bracelets I made. It's so cute. I have even for some whole family like father, the mother, children. I made it could be all. So the thing is that I love children, and I did social projects for orphans when I was in Russia, and I worked with
Oh, yes, I saw that.
United States.
Yes.
Yes. So I have like, and also I studied communication and like psychology of children when I was in Russia as well in college. So the thing is that whatever child and all the traumas we have, they come from childhood. You cannot like, and again, it could be small or something bigger. It doesn't matter what it
Mm-hmm.
is. It just how we built. And to me, and a lot of things children and when I work with adults they always remember like, oh, like I don't feel safe and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
for example, when you have a child and you give them a bracelet saying, when you need me, I am here. Like
Yes.
I
Yes.
have
Yes.
the same when I
Yes.
miss you, this is you, like you with me, and this is me when you miss me. And if you're scared,
Ooh.
If something's
Yes.
happening, I am always with you. You remember that. This is like, I guess, get goosebumps, but it's such a powerful move from parents to their children. And the children could be like smaller, like smaller or even teenagers. But when you say that, sometimes teenagers could be like, oh, I don't know, whatever. But in the situation when they really
Yes.
need
Yes.
something, they won't say anything to anybody, but they will know that my parents, my father, my mother, like I have their back, like they have my back and I have their support.
Yes.
So
What
that's how
about what about those who are bereaved, those who have lost a loved one?
I have this one also. For example, right now I'm working on there is the one of my clients, uh, her husband's family, they lost a daughter. So her husband's
Oh.
sister passed
Mm-hmm.
away, and they want to. So they ordered bracelets for the whole family with her picture, and the picture is like it could be so some there are different options. I don't know which one they going to go with. Like we can do a picture hanging or like in the middle, or
Whoa.
yeah. So and also the stones, black stone onyx, it helps to go through grief. And rose quartz, it's love, and also pink. They said that the sister loved pink, so it's like I'm customizing everything that will remind them of her, but also go through the pain because I lost a lot of people in my life as well, a lot of
Yes.
relatives.
Yes.
It's hard, but also we have to move on because we live here, and and we are people. We are all our end is kind of this, it's the same.
Yes.
Not a surprise, it's nothing. It's just someone, it can come, it's like it's such a topic that is, like if you are here, live here and enjoy it. And even,
Mm.
and don't suppress like grief as well. Like go through that, let the people go, but of course you don't have to, just because you enjoy your life, it doesn't mean you forgot them, but you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
grieve and forget about yourself if you lose someone. So that's how I also do,
Wow.
custom things like that, reminders. And it again, it reminds about the occasion and also works for the mindset, like with emotions.
Yes. Yes.
So that's
Yes.
how I combine, it's like I always combine that it works from different ways and for everybody.
Wow. Steve, any
Do
questions
you
for Irina?
do you do horoscopic or zodiac sign designs?
Yes, I do. I have
Scorpios, all the Scorpios next
Aquarius,
month. Scorpios.
Aquarius.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
the
okay.
thing is, okay.
Okay, when you say Scorpio, you just call my name, right?
I know. I'm gonna make one for your birthday. His birthday is coming up. Yes, I'm gonna have Irina make one for your birthday. Continue, Irina.
What I wanted to say is, yes, I can make something that, and for every horoscope, there are many different stones. It's not only one or two. It's one thing. But again, where my part and my opinion comes into this conversation, like with the relationship.
We understand. We understand. No worries. No worries. Just
So
continue. Yes.
that's where I think, for example, if we talk about Scorpios, right? For example, Scorpio is a very strong sign.
Mm.
They will usually work a lot and they don't share much, so they usually have a lot of stress. If their stone, for example, I don't remember honestly like the stones itself because I don't like, if I have to, I'll find, but like if it could go with, for each zodiac, usually the stones for each zodiac, it goes by the element. So for example, if they're like emotional and things like that, but if the Scorpio right now going through something, and if we give them the same stone, they will never solve this. They just be
Oh,
boiling in the same thing.
whoa.
So I
Wow.
recommend always to don't go just for the stone of the zodiac. If you know the person, give them something that will work for them at this point of their life. Like if like something with the, and like you can say like, oh, they are going through this right now, and I'm like, oh, okay, what colors also
Yes.
like, what do they like? Bracelets, necklaces, what colors do they like? Their wardrobe, what colors are the wardrobe? Because I don't like when people give gifts. Like, one of my love languages is gifts. Like, I love getting gifts and I love to give gifts, but I don't like when people don't put a lot of thought into gifts. Like, when you
Mm-hmm.
give something that I will never wear. Like, I don't even like that. Like, what kind of gift is that? You didn't even put any thought into your gift. So it's not, I don't even count it as a gift. You don't even try to, do something like in a nice way. So that's why I always say like what's the situation right now, what wardrobe they have, what do you usually like to wear, bracelets, necklaces, and what kind of style. So we make something that people will like, the
Wow.
person will like. Not like, okay, give
Wow,
me,
Irina. What about February? February people. I know February people are love. They're kind-hearted. They're gifted. So for February, you'd make something like with a heart on it, like a
yeah,
heart.
any
There
like
you go, Steve.
I'm listening.
Ooh,
if you
what
should,
about
you should write down because she already made so much,
what about like the letter? Do you do like the letter, the first letter of someone's name?
we
Can you?
can. It's like,
Oh, I love this girl.
I can
Oh
make
my god.
a
Oh
necklace
my goodness. I'm
like
gonna
the
order
zodiac
so much.
sign, the letter, the heart, something else, like something symbolic, like symbol of, we can make a whole like necklace or bracelet with different charms
Wow.
that symbolize
Wow.
different things.
Wow. Okay, Irina, I'm going to call you sometime next week so I can place a huge order for lots of people.
Perfect, perfect. Well, call
Wow.
time. You know how to find me, and now you know all the details. Be ready with the details because I ask a lot of questions.
Yes, yes. Okay, we're about to wrap up our program, but could you tell persons how they can find you and contact you, please?
Oh yes, I am on almost all social media. It's
Mm-hmm.
irina.kaneva.studio, and it's the same TikTok, Instagram, and also I finally on LinkedIn. So there is Irina Kanaeva, and email irinajewelrynyc@gmail.com. My website irinajewelrynyc.com, that where you can also message me through my website. So, and I check all my emails, I check my social media, so you can just message me, send me, especially saying that you're from this program. I might, I'll give you a better deal because, thank you for being here, thank you for, yes,
Yes,
so
Laura.
listen,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yes,
will
yes,
make people
yes.
more happy, more mindful, and successful as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I'm gonna book a couple of orders. Yeah, so Ki and Steve and everybody else on the team, you will get a special piece of item from me with yeah, I'll put D and something else on it. I'm not gonna tell you what. Yeah, yes. There you go, Steve. You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, something I said thanks. Oh, easy,
What is your final words of encouragement to the public, Irina?
Let me feel, let me feel. I think listen to your heart, do
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Sometimes we think that we try to find the benefit and we go with the offers that actually don't speak to us, but we think it's better logically.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it doesn't work out. It doesn't make us happy, even though it looks like it will work out. So my encouragement is listen to your heart, follow your heart, and make it work. Because if it came to you, that means there is a way how to make it work. The
Mm-hmm.
opportunities are always there. Look for them. Look, walk with open eyes. Don't
Mm-hmm.
look inside and suck yourself into these fears and limiting beliefs. Try to find ways because they're always there. If something given to you as an idea, that means you have the solution and you have the energy and you have the effort, skills, and everything to make it happen and make it work.
Awesome sauce. Irina, could you spell your first and last name?
It's IRIN as in Nancy, A. And my last name is KAN as in Nancy, A. EV as Victoria, A.
Oh, okay. Kanaeva.
Kanaeva, yes. And my name means peace in Greek language. So if you forget it, just Google peace in Greek language and you'll find it.
Oh, I was about to ask, what does it mean? There you have it, folks, all about jewelry making and creating that mental space in your mindset. We'll be back with more culture classics after this. Thank you, Irina.
Thank you. Have a great day,
All
everyone.
right. You too.